Alright, so welcome back to another review, and today we're taking a look at the CVJ CS8. This is a 4-driver per side system for $30, and this is the first CVJ we're gonna take a look at here in this channel. And for me, this is kind of a ZSN Pro competitor, and let's find out why. So let's take a look at the tuning. So actually, in terms of the tuning, this is very similar to the ZSN Pro X. That's that kind of double horns at the top and fairly neutral at around 2K region. But this one over the ZSN Pro has actually a bit more forward mids in the overall tuning. However, the CS8 is a bit more peaky on top, especially in the 10K region. The peak on top is more prominent in the mix. As you can see from the graph, it's kind of level fairly neutral at around 1K to 2K. And it rises up to that 5K peak and also that 10K peak. So this is very similar to the ZSN Pro X and to the other IEMs that I actually reviewed in 2020. This is a very 2020 kind of signature. So that kind of peak gives it more excitement on top, a little more shimmer on top. So this is more of a musical kind of listen. This is more in the clean side of presentation. This is more of an audiophile kind of listen on the ear. More of a monitor type of listen. So this clean and also analytical, but this is actually a bit more relaxed compared to the ZSN Pro X. The ZSN Pro X is more aggressive compared to this one. So this musical sounding but not overly aggressive. Your Pro X will be more lively compared to this one. So the highs reminds me of a chi-fi kind of highs. That's that 10K peak at the top. So definitely well extended at the top. For clarity lovers, you will like this one because this definitely has a lot of extension on top. So it gives it more shimmer, a more fun kind of top. However, the shimmer on top is a bit too prominent for me, for my taste, which makes the highs a bit more thin for my liking. Like in 24K Magic, Bruno Mars, the cymbals are lacking some body for me. And also the top is a bit more edgy. So definitely the tonality also takes a hit with the top in this one because of that. I would say overly done shimmer. So not that I'm big of a fan of the highs here. So the mids is in the clean side of presentation. So actually surprisingly not shouty to listen to. So for those people who found the ZSN Pro X to be too shouty, too aggressive, you might like this one. You may survive with this one better because it's more toned down. So it's a bit more relaxed than the highs in this one. However, for me, it's a bit too relaxed for me, a bit too toned down for me, which makes the vocals in this one a bit more inconsistent with the highs. So while the positioning of the vocals is good, the presentation overall for the vocals for me is kind of off. But what's good in the mids is the separation is really good in this one. It's more in the clean side of presentation, and detail retrieval also is good, a bit more superior compared to your ZSN Pro. So definitely separation and also the detail retrieval is one of the strengths of this one over your ZSN Pros. However, for me, yes, I find the vocal region to be a bit off for me. So the bass is in the tight side of presentation, so the impact is quite reserved in this one compared to your ZSN Pro X. So the ZSN Pro X will be more bassy over this one. So this is not your bass heads IEM, but the sub bass goes pretty deep, but not the deepest that I've listened to. But I do like that the bass doesn't overpower the rest of the spectrum, so that's why the separation is really good in this one. Compared to the ZSN Pro X, the separation in this one is better because the bass is more tight. So if you're definitely looking for a monitor type of listen, this is more of a monitor over your ZSN Pro X. So the soundstage is above average in this one, not that bad. Imaging is not the best that I've listened to. In terms of detail, this is very good. One of the strengths of the CS8. So definitely compared to your hybrid competitors, micro detail is really good, and separation is also the strength of this one. So I think it might be the nature of a 4-driver kind of system, a 4BA kind of system. Separation is a bit better compared to your other multi-driver counterparts. So this is more of a monitor type of listen. I can hear the instruments easily with this one, so I can maybe use this for some mixing and also of course some monitoring. So compared to the ZSN Pro X, so the Pro X is a bit more aggressive sounding. The vocals are more revealing in the Pro X. Also, the bass is a touch more prominent in the Pro X, and I do like the highs in the Pro X better. It's less peaky on top. So the CVJ in comparison is a little bit more relaxed, more toned down vocals, more peak at the top, so more shimmer on top, and a touch more detailed also, and better separation in the CVJ. So frankly for me, this is a toss up. Both have their strengths and weaknesses. If you like a more monitor type of sound with better separation and a bit more relaxed vocals, you might want the CVJ. If you like more fun sound, a bit more bass, you might like the ZSN Pro X more. So compared to the KBear KS2, so the KS2 is more bassy, more of a V-shape type of sound. The KS2 also is more fun. The KS2 is still extended on top but less peaky to listen to, and also a bit smoother in the overall presentation. So the CVJ over the KS2 is cleaner sounding in comparison, better separation, a more toned down pace, a touch more relaxed as well. So much like the ZSN Pro X comparison, the KS2 is more fun compared to your CVJ. So if you like a more bassy, more fun go for the KS2. If you like a more clean sound, go for the CS8. Right, so verdict. So for the CS8, this is my first try for a CVJ, so really exciting to listen to. And I think it's a cool competitor to your usual Chi-Fis, and they did good for their first releases for their tuning. Their tuning is very 2020, so I think it's a really good try. That's a competitive tuning for me. For those who like a monitor type of sound, a clean sound, good separation, and a bit more excitement at the top with that Chi-Fi peak, you might like this one. However, for me, this won't go to my top 5. So I find that the highs are a bit too peaky for me, a bit too edgy for me, and the vocals are a bit too veiled for me as well. So there's some inconsistency with the mids and the highs, which is not something that I like. So while it's not a bad listen, I do like other IEMs in that $30 range over the CS8. So yes, that's my take on the CVJ CS8. If you learned something, of course, leave a like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. So I do have other IEMs that's coming, and I do have the ZAX, I do have the BA8. I just unboxed in my Insta stories, and yeah, I have a couple of IEMs, and also the C10 Pro. I might unbox it next. So of course, if you're into that, consider subscribing, and also if you have additional questions, let me know also down in the comments below. And make sure you follow me as well in my Instagrams, because I am now active in my Instagram. I'm gonna link it down below. I do post there what I am working on, and also some initial impressions as well in the IEM. So if you are into that, make sure you follow my Instagram as well. And of course, also big thanks to Luck LZ for sending this over. Links down below for their shop. Use my links, it will help out the channel a lot. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next zpolt review. Goodbye.